StockPulse newsroom. We are talking Peruvian metals today. Peruvian metals trades as PER on the Toronto Venture Exchange, DUVNF on the OTC Pinks in the States. They announced record production and the first sales of mineral concentrates and oxide gold materials. They're at the Aguila Norte plant there in northern Peru. Got Jeff Reeder, the president and CEO, to run through it here. So, Jeff, a long time coming here, quite a milestone for the company. I know you've got a little different operation there, I guess you'd say, with Peruvian metals. So I guess, run through the highlights of this one. It's a big one.
Well, Rob, we've been discussing that we're going to process our own material, purchase and our own material. This is what I want to make sure your listeners are understand that we are a very unique junior explorer, junior mining company. And we are that because we're fully operational now. We know how to build on our company. Everything's been organically built. That's a very different approach to what other people have done. So, we don't need to go to outside markets to raise money to grow. We can grow with our internal cash flow. And with, we own our own claims. We've done some deals with other junior companies, and we've done deals with majors in the past. But, we're acquiring projects, we're selling them, we're keeping them, and, we're going to grow our company. And I think without, worried about where our next capital raise is going to be, we're just going to focus on growing our company with our internal cash flow. We're going to keep the costs tight. And we're going to start expanding our mineral purchases and our mineral coming from our own properties, which will expand our margins. And at the end of the day, that's what we want to do.
So I guess specifically, though, getting to today's news here, the day has come here. So I guess let's walk this back here. You were looked at, I think, as a toll miner crushing other people's rock. And you finally got the point here. So I think you laid it out pretty good on where the company's come. But let's talk about what this means to the company as far as you crushing your own rock versus crushing someone else's, as far as margin and how to really grow the company.
Okay, so when we were crushing other people's rocks and processing, we were making money at that, and we were making money with virtually no risk. However, we got to keep maintenance on the machinery and all that type of stuff. But with this showing that we are processing our own concentrates, we still are making money on the processing fee because we have a partner with ourselves on this property. But this mineral is coming 100%. So we're basically buying this mineral from other miners. We give them money and we bring it, and we just, all we're doing is just increasing our fee. We're still making the fee money on just the regular fee to process the mineral, but the additional cost or the additional pay that we're making is almost a couple times, it's doubled, almost triple in some cases. So we're going to continue that without expanding the plant. Doing this way, we're going to expand the profit margins. And as we increase the profit margins, then we'll be able to reinvest that money to increase the size of the plant as well without going to market.
Yeah, let's talk about what kind of minerals here you're working with here, and then I guess guide us. You said you've had a full plant here. You certainly have beat your production numbers every time here. So paint that picture.
Okay, so we processed 313 tons of copper mineral grading about 3.64%. We created 50 tons of 20% concentrate with that, or 58 tons of concentrate. And then we processed 340 tons of lead, zinc, silver concentrate or metal. And that metal was about 12 grams or 12 ounces silver, about 9% zinc, and about 3% lead. And we produced 20 tons of lead, 22 tons of lead, silver concentrate, and about 60 tons of zinc concentrate at 44%. So we can produce all different types of metals. And then we did our first sale of our oxide gold ore that we sold to Inca One's Chala One plant in southern Peru. We sold the ore because our plant is geared towards sulfide. This was oxide. To go through the oxide, we have to go through the oxide first to get to the sulfide ore. And so we're going to be shipping some more oxide ore to the plants. And we were shipping 0.28 ounces of gold per ton, short ton. That was about a little more than $500 rock. So we made some money on that sale as well. So we're making money on all these concentrates. So our sources of revenue are very substantial. We got, we're selling concentrates. We're selling our own gold, oxide gold samples, and we're still processing other people's minerals. So we got several revenue streams. And the second thing too is that we just completed during the quarter too, or this quarter, a deal with Gold State Resources that we sold our Panteria project, and we received 100,000 cash and 4.6 million shares of their company. So, we're generating assets for the company that we can use later or keep them. It's a quite unique business model, and very one that's that is can probably only be done in a few areas. Peru is one of them. This would be very difficult to do in a place like North America somewhere, but we're implementing our business plan and executing it.
Yeah, and certainly out of your control here, but obviously the junior resource space has been beat up pretty good here. You've got a different model here. Sounds like you're running more of a business than a stock anyway here, Jeff. So I guess once you guide your shareholders and any prospective investors that might want to get in these when it's darkest before dawn times, I call them here. So paint the picture for the back half of the year.
So you can see in the junior market right now, a lot of the stocks are trading at their lows. There was back in 2020, when the capital was released, there's a lot of big financings happening and stuff like this. You're starting to see a lot of these juniors going back to the market, raising money at lower prices than they did before. They got massive warrant overhang and stuff like this. Look at our structure, our share structure. We have 99 million shares outstanding. We only have 2.5 million warrants outstanding and about 3 million options. And all the options are an average price of about 16 cents a share. And then the 2.5 million warrants are in the money at 10. So we got a very tightly held share structure. Reporting insiders right now have about 52% of the stock. And I can say that 3 or 4 other guys own another combined 18 to 20%. So we're very, very tightly held share structure here. And you're not seeing the typical junior financing based on liquidity events or drill holes, let's say, where companies put out good results and it's just a liquidation event for the people that want to get out. That's not happening in our company. So we've always been very careful about the share structure, keeping it intact. And the way you can see a company keeping it intact is basically looking at how many shares you've got outstanding and then fully diluted. We're only another maybe 6% of our stock would be fully diluted, which would include the options and the share warrants. So that really shows our commitment to our share structure.
Yeah, and leave us with a little blue sky here, Jeff. I know you've been in Peru many years, and I think part of the reason why you're successful is the properties, the right properties to get. So you're not just a simple miner here, toll miner, or a producer. I guess you've got some blue sky, and so why don't you talk about the exploration side of what you do in Peru?
So we've got our own properties, and every property that we stake or acquire by application, it's I want grade. I'm going after grade. There's a new concern in the markets based on social license, and we're doing involving all stakeholders. Which means all the communities, the workers, and the environment, and you got to put everything together, and you got to work towards that. Well, when you have a very large project that has low grade, and you're going to have to do, let's say, an open pit or just a very large operation, it's very complicated in this new world to get the social license for that and the stakeholder license to get everybody involved. But when you're looking at the high grade, we're going to these communities and saying, like, we're going to mine the high grade here, but we're not going to treat that mineral on your property. We've got our own plant, so we're going to bring the mineral down, but we're going to make sure that the communities are treated well, with employees being paid and making small projects for the communities. But the upside on our company is basically starting to look and explore for these high grade operations that we can put in production almost immediately. Like right now, we've already sent down our first batch of ore from the Real Silver JV on Palta Dorada, and we're going to continue doing that, and we're going to grow on that. I mean, we're going to go up to 500 to 1,000 tons a month on that thing. And if we were doing 10 grams of gold on that, I mean, that's 285 ounces a month. That's going to turn into 4,000 or 5,000 ounces a year of gold from one little property. But if we're doing 3 to 4 of these properties, then we're a 20,000, 30,000 ounce a year producer. And our market cap is only, maybe 10 million US or 9 million US. So if we can build this on without going to the market, there's, you're going to see your shareholder value coming in. And once you got cash flow coming in, Rob, it is, and you got very little debt. And we've eliminated most of our debt. We plan on doing that by the end of the year. Once we start doing that, then we can start paying some dividends to the shareholders, management, and our current shareholders. We're big shareholders of stock, so and I would love to pay myself a dividend, and I think the shareholders would love to receive something as well too. So we got lots of ideas. We're not saying it's going to happen or anything like that. We might use the money to buy or to invest into the properties, or we'll figure it out at that time. But there's a lot of flexibility that we can work on when you have positive cash flow.
Okay, we appreciate the update, and we'll look forward to checking back in when you have some more numbers for us. And that's Jeff Reeder. He's the president and CEO of Peruvian Metals, PER, Toronto Venture Exchange, DUVNF, OTC markets in the States. Again, Jeff, thanks for the time, and look forward to checking back in when you have some more news for us.